Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. This is some interesting stuff for you on the Alt Pro contract. And it was very interesting because the main thing that we're going to cover first was something that my friend Coasty asked me in a message. And he was asking me, when you're on the section to get do double your maximum health in 4 battles. He goes, what are you using? And I said, well, I learned from the fish man. Tier 6 and above, so let's try tier 6 if we can do it. And I was working on the T-34-88 because you get the killer, Tiger tank 88mm gun. And that's a good tank. I've done it many times. It's not a big deal to get double your hit points in damage, except when you need it for a contract, because that could take you, 10 games, 20 games, could take you literally 4 games. It just depends on, some of the breaks you get. So I was playing matches in the T-34-88, was not having success in the double your hit points. I was doing good and I was getting close, but I wasn't getting there all the way. So I started looking at it and I said, well, I have some other tanks, and let me show you what I was looking at. All right. Dun, 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 dun. These are a bunch of different ones. Here we go. All right. T-34-88. A good prospect. T-34-85. Another good prospect. But look, if you have the 34-88, you use that one. Although this is a good prospect. Rudy is the same thing, basically. Once again, the only thing better than these two guys would be the 88. Sherman, it depends. It's okay, I guess. I tried using the Jumbo Sherman, and that was working okay, but again, I didn't score. Haven't tried the Skoda, and I'm going to show you. This is the thing I did. I went here, and I went here, and I went, that's fair on the armor. This definitely could work. It's not a question of work or not work. It's really a question of, what do you have, and is it good enough? Skoda 40 is probably good enough. This is another one. I didn't want to use this one, as I don't recall this one being that great, but let's just take a quickie look. Again, okay. This is decent, but, not super great, all right? It's like, again, it's one of those things, if you have this tank, you could definitely do it. Because one of the techniques you could do is play it as a sniper. Pudel, basically the Wojtek Panther, the Pudel, and the Britannia Panther are all basically the same tank. So the thing is, these are okay again. You're getting somewhere now. We got some yellowish turret front here. Okay, so you're getting somewhere. If you got this tank, this would do it. This 85mm front, also very good. All right. Essentially, these are just about the same tanks as you could see. All right, so that's fine. Use this one, the M4 Jumbo. I've had historically good games in this. This tank will do it. It's just, is it doing it today? Now you see why I was using this. This dude's got some armor. All right, from the front. From the front, this dude will do it. If you got an M4 Jumbo, you're in business, okay? This is another one. This is what? Yeah, this is the other Easy 8 Sherman with the skin. I would think this is a good candidate. Not as good as the Jumbo, apparently. All right, let's look at that front. Yeah, I'm thinking I like the Jumbo better. Fury, same thing. Don't even worry about the rest of these Shermans, okay? Now, this was an interesting idea. The Knight, I got close on this one, man. This was good. But this one is a different style. The armor isn't great on this, but this tank is super fast, and really, this tank plays like a light tank. So if you can evade people in a light tank like I can, this is a candidate because this is a medium tank. I almost got there on this one too. So very successful. And then I was looking and I said, well, let me look at this. I said, I don't know what this armor looks like. Let's take a look at this. This is the Panzer IV Schmalturm. Again, hey, now we're getting somewhere. This is very similar like the Jumbo Sherman. So I said, let me give this a try, okay? And that dude worked quite well. Look, you got that whole front block on your turret, 120. 91 here, 80 here. That's pretty good, man. So I said, you know what? This is the dude I had not really played at all. And I said, well, let's give it a run. Well, let me show you what the results were. Schmalturm scored. This is the first tank where I actually made double my hit points with 1877. That little bit of extra armor is key. And you catch a break, of course, on your engagements. That's another thing that is a variable to consider. This was the first Schmalturm game that I had. A real solid, 900. I would have scored more. My team was actually a little better than average. So I didn't have the opportunity to score. But that was because I was basically reacting too slow. Who knew they were going to wipe out these guys on one side of the map? So, okay. I knew that I had a chance, and I blew it. I had a really good chance and blew it on this one. These are the other ones where I had. This is the Knight. That's a solid game, 865. That's more than my 830 hit points. Westfield, another very good, man. This was an awesome game in my Knight. 5 kills in that tank is unbelievable. 1,100 damage, 2,700 assist. So, these were, like I told you, I was close. That was a really good game. This is another. That one, I got drilled. So, whatever. This is another one. T-34-88. Good game. Again, our team rolled, but it was a tier 8 match. So there wasn't a whole lot going on there. Another one, another Lakeville. Oh, right. I was goofing around in my artillery. So that's what that was all about. So don't worry about that one. The most successful. This is the dude right here. Now, the Jumbo Sherman was also good, but these are just the most recent games that I had played from last night, the last 10 games I had played. So I was experimenting in a lot of these matches. So right now, I'm going to be proceeding on this part of the contract. 4 games where you score twice your hit points. But what it will boil down to you is what tanks do you have that are available tier 6 or maybe tier 7? I don't know. I don't have a lot of tier 7 mediums that will do this. Well, it just the thing is the hit points go up. I've done it in Astron Rex. I've done it in the T25 Vengeance. There's a lot of tanks I've done double my hit points in a match, in a medium. And the problem is, how often are you going to get it? So the smart way to look at it is, let's try tier 6 if we can get it. Let's make it less demanding if possible. Yeah, I could do it in other ones and it will take a while perhaps. So I'm trying to make it easier, not more complicated. So the first one we scored in, really scored, was the Schmalturm. I was close on several different ones, but we're going to go with this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But when you look at your own stash, again, what it's going to boil down to is, what is it that you have? Look in your tier 6 mediums. See which ones you have that have the armor or the best armor configuration or have the best speed for maneuverability. Because you can do this. You clearly saw in that one game with the Knight that I killed 5 guys, but it's my mobility that evaded damage that was so useful versus actual armor. The Schmalturm has good armor, especially on that turret. That turret was fantastic. The Jumbo Sherman is another one with great armor in the front. So look there, and you're going to have different stuff than I have. Now we didn't look at the armor of the T-34-88. I mean, it's real solid. Okay. But 91 here is just not as good as the Schmalturm with the 121. Okay, so that's just the way it is. But this is a really good tank. The gun is really good. It's one of those things where, I always say this, stats don't do anything. You got to do it yourself. Now, the stats give you some guidance. But the bottom line is, if you're better in this tank, T-34-88, then use this tank. This is a tank that will get this done if you have it. Okay? The other ones, the T-34-85, the Rudy, those will work too. Like I said, Britannia Panther, along with Pudel and Wojtek Panther, they're almost exactly the same tank. It's another killer tank that will get this done. Some people just have a better feeling for one tank than another. I can't explain it. I just observe and note this truth, pass it on, so that you can use this information for yourself. Try different things. Hey, it might be the day. You might do well in one tank today, and then you're going to have better luck tomorrow. Who knows? Everyone's different. You got to do your own thing. Go with what's working. Don't try to be a fancy pants. Don't try to outsmart the system. Do your business, and whatever happens, happens. If you got a personal favorite, I don't care what anyone tells you. If you got a personal favorite, roll with the favorite. Comfortability will help you score, man. I'm telling you. So that's the deal here. Like I said, I have never played this Skoda, so I don't know. I'm not really worried about it. I'm also not worried about this autoloader. The Swedish autoloader is a good tank, but I just don't know. It's okay on the armor. But again, now this tank might be much better as a sniping tank due to the way it's high up and things of that nature. So, try hiding and shooting guys from cover. Maneuver around them if you can. You got to play to the strength of your tank and the strength of your style. So the Schmalturm worked pretty well. It had decent mobility. I prefer a lot of mobility. That's why T-34-88 is so good. It has really good mobility for a medium. So there's all kinds of opportunities to score. Cold War, again, a lot of opportunities to score there. but the damage is going to be pretty high. You're going to have 4,000 plus damage, which is, again, gettable, but not super easy. If you can get it in a Cold War tank, go to Cold War, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's go look at some Cold War. Okay. Now you could, get by with some of these, like, this isn't outrageous. 1450, that's a 2900 game. That's gettable. Now the Centurion 1670, that's going to be 3340. This 1750 is going to be 3500. So you see the numbers are starting to get crazy, but if you have the skill to operate some of these tanks, if you're an expert, man, Brownie's an expert in this. He would double his hit points in a 4-ad like almost every game, really. So for him, it would be a joke. It just all depends on what is going on. Condor, man, I've had 4,000 in a Condor, but it's not very easy because it's just not a great tank. It's just a solid tank. Another possibility was this guy, WZ-122. With the rockets, you could knock out dudes, and it's possible. You could catch a break. Sherman had some great Sherman games. That'd be a 3,400 game. Very gettable. Ignis is another one. You could get $5,000 in an Ignis if you know what you're doing. I'm an okay Ignis player. I really don't score 5,000 in an Ignis. It's just not exactly 100% my style yet. I just haven't really figured out the right way. So it's gonna vary from player to player. So that is the key. So look around, see what you got, okay? You just never know. Pharaoh's Fury is very good, but that's 5,600. That's a toughie. So you can do it in Cold War. My recommendation, try this on Tier 6. That, I think, is your best opportunity to score. Let's go look and see. Now, there's some other stuff here on this contract I don't think was too bad. That was basic. This was also basic. Yeah, that was no big deal. Again, this was just kill 4 tank destroyers or artillery. Now, let's go to the next stage. This is nothing spectacular. This is just volume on stage 6. Stage 7, again, this is just volume. Kill 100 vehicles. These are all volumes. The only tough part of this contract is stage 5. Do damage, double your hit points 4 different times. I've already done it once, and I knew I needed to make a video just to let people see this in case they don't know, if they're getting frustrated like my friend Coasty. So that is the deal about this. It's really basic stuff. But once I give you this information, then you're going to have an ability to go and try your own items and look at different strategies, because you got to remember, everybody's different. What worked for me may or may not work for you. But I'm giving you all the information I have of different methods to use, and only one of those methods has to work. You just got to find one. So I guess that's basically all I can do in case you're getting stuck on this contract. So my thing, you probably already figured this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 3 days, get the heck out of Dodge, go to another one. I'll get this tank. I will finish this. What is this? This one has 63 more days. Yeah, you do the math. I'm going to bleed this guy multiple times. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just go to Cruncher, come back, etc. And then when I have a new contract, I'll go jump on that. So I'm just going to get 3 days out of this and then switch over. Now, personally speaking, I thought the Cruncher contract was a little easier than this. But then again, the Cruncher is a mercenary tank. This is an actual premium tank they sell for gold, which is, I don't know, probably 7,500 gold. I don't know. I haven't looked. Well, it's a black box, so I can still look. I just haven't looked on the tank list. Doesn't really matter. Got plenty. You got 63 more days. You know, that's 9 more weeks. Yeah, no problem, baby. So this gives you plans to solve the problem of stage 5, which is the only difficult part of this contract. The rest of it, literally, play a bunch of matches, stage 6 is done, and you make 700 grand. Play a bunch of matches, stage 7 is done, and you make 1.6 million. So you can make some cashola if you want. But the smarter guy would go, instead of making, I'm not going to play stage 6 and 7 for cash. I'll just go play, what is that, 700,000? That's about 7 to 10 Cold War matches. 1.6 million, that's 15 to 20 Cold War matches. And, you know, it ain't 15 or 20 matches to finish stage 7. That's okay. You got to, you know, think ahead and do it with a little brain power. You'll be a lot faster that way. So, I guess we're done, man. So, hopefully this will help you guys out. It would be helpful for me if you could leave a like for this video, because I'm sure that this is going to help you. Please tell your friends, of course. That way it'll give them the same chance to learn different ideas if they're having struggles. And heck, they might leave a like or subscribe as well. I got to go do some more Halloween videos that I've already finished, but I've just got to finish editing. Pain in the butt. However, that's just what I have to do. So I'm out of here. I hope that I helped you out. Thanks for watching the video. Please tell your friends again. And I'm going to go work on my other videos. And I'll see you guys later, hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, or the next day.